Hello there guys, welcome to Dino's Vault and welcome to yet another surprise video. Like surprise feature of not just one but two amazing firecracker of launches coming from Keeway, which is an Hungarian brand which is now owned by the Chinese auto giant QJ Motors. Now QJ already owns Benelli and the other brands under its portfolio. Keeway is the latest one. I've already featured the 60s scooter, which is an iconic collector's scooter, and then you have the maxi sports variant, which is also really impressive, but the pricing is slightly on the higher side. But these two launches I didn't really see coming. One, the 300R is one of the finest, most beautiful looking motorcycles currently available in our market. Hands down, you will agree when you look at the cinematics which I have shot. So reason I'm doing this kind of a video, it is still unscripted, but I thought that you guys enjoyed the cinematics that I tried to feature with my mirrorless camera for the Duke series. And yeah, this was my classic kind of going back in nostalgia kind of feeling. When I first started YouTubing, I used to do voiceovers with the cinematics, so I kind of like interacting with you in person. That's why I usually show up myself these days and talk one-on-one, such that it's more relatable. But anyway, coming back to the launches, today I feature the 300R. I give you every detail that you need to know, cinematics, and then my first ride impression with the top speed, high speed stability test. And what's really good about this is this has what it takes to kind of unsettle the competition, because they look hot, smoking hot, and they have equally amazing performance packed deep down inside. And that is a deadly combination that can really unsettle the competition on any given day. The pricing is also not too over the top. It's kind of okayish if you are looking for kind of a premium looking, different looking, and good performing vehicle and well built vehicle. So these two motorcycles are a force to reckon with. Now starting with the design, now both these bikes resemble CF Moto's design concepts. Now pre-COVID I had reviewed the 300NK from CF Moto, and if you see the 300N, the naked version, resembles that to a great extent, especially the headlamp. Similarly, the 300R also resembles their prototype or concept called 300SR, which was CF Moto's super sport machine. So both these models resemble that. Now whether QJ Motors has bought CF Moto or how, or whether these draw inspiration from their design language, we don't know. But when you look at them in the flesh without knowing the background, you are bound to be floored by the stunning looks that each of these machines have on offer. So first, the video is about 300R, which is a super sport model, but it is not too committed, too aggressive, not too forward biased. Kind of reminds me of the Yamaha R3, which I owned for quite a long time. And it is a good versatile machine that you can use on a day-to-day basis, that you can enjoy or have a blast on a racetrack and also enjoy touring on, because they have good mid-range power and good top speed, so good high speed stability and good equipment. Going by the design, I love the design of the 300R. Looks absolutely stunning in the red attire, which I've featured. I've also featured the black color variant. The LED DRLs, LED lighting kind of reminds us like Fireblade meeting the Panigale. The DRLs remind us of the Panigale to some extent, or even the front end kind of reminds me of the crossplane, first gen crossplane R1. the headlamp housing, and then you have the LED headlamps which remind us of the Fireblade. The fairing is neatly laid out, and the tank has some kind of carbon fiber cues which also looks super neat. The fairing is well bolted together, no rattling sound or no squeaking noise when you're pushing it to the limits. You get good amount of equipment. You get 37mm USD forks up front and adjustable monoshock at the back, so you can make the monoshock stiffer or softer as per your preference. And the seating is another major plus, because the seating is nice low for average height riders and shorter riders. It's below 800mm, so it's easily accessible. But for the pillion, it's not all that easily accessible, especially for ladies. So I'd suggest the 300R, which is a super sport kind of inspired model. Is basically meant for solo riding or for college students, but not for families. But the naked version is the seat is well laid out such that it can be accessed by ladies as well, so it can be used for touring occasionally along with your riding partner. So apart from that, tank capacity is close to 12 to 12.5 liters. I'll list that out on the screen for you guys. Tires are tubeless, 17 inches. I think the rear tire is 140 section. And talking about the brakes, you get a 292mm disc up front, and you also get a disc brake at the back, and it is dual channel ABS, which is not switchable. Talking about the switch gear, you do get all the switches like high beam flasher, engine kill switch, and also a hazard switch that will really come in handy. The LCD instrument panel is not too over the top. You don't get color TFT console and all that you come expecting. You get a plain Jane LCD dash with the tachometer, all the relevant readouts like the odometer, speedometer, gear position indicator, the clock, and just about everything that you come expecting normally. And the key and the entire bike as a whole is well put together. The frame, I believe, is a trellis frame, and also the swing arm is beautifully laid out. It all supports the bike really well, and the more you rev it, the more the bike comes alive. That you'll feel while I share my first ride experience that's coming up next. So this completes a quick fire overview of what this bike has on offer. The tires are CST tires, not a brand that I've heard, but they are soft compound tires is what they claim, and they offer good road grip, good high speed stability, good cornering stability as well. Not as good as the premium the Pirellis or the Metzelers maybe, but decent enough to support the kind of character that's lurking underneath this motorcycle. And overall, I feel even the tail lamp kind of reminds us of the R15's tail lamp, the R15M or the R15 V4. You have the tail section scoops, air scoops, which also kind of remind us of the design philosophy inspired from the R1 or the R6, or you can call it the R15 V4. So it's all an amalgamation of different design languages, but it all comes together perfectly cohesively, and it looks super hot, especially in red. Okay, now talking about the negatives or the not so good things where there is area for improvement. First of all, it's the ground clearance. The ground clearance is merely 135mm, I believe, which means you need to be really watchful while riding solo as well. But while riding with a pillion, it tends to bottom out very easily. So you can ask the technicians to either stiffen the suspension while taking delivery, or you can check it and set it as per your preference once you bought the bike. And then of course, another important thing is the fit and finish. Only area where it falls short is near the number plate area, where the turn indicators are exposed, have exposed wiring. So they could have channeled the wiring in a better way, because the rest of the fit and finish is very well done, very well put together. So that's pretty much it. This is an overview. The price starts from 2.99 lakhs ex showroom and goes up to 3.2 lakhs. The technical specs remain the same across both the variants. It's only the color. For the red color scheme, you need to shell out nearly 3.2 lakhs, which is a bit too much. 30 or 20 grand more just for a paint scheme feels a little too much. Maybe they could have kept it under 10k, the price difference, because apart from the color scheme, nothing else changes. Because even in the black color, it looks equally amazing, but the red is absolutely red hot. But this concludes the walk around info. Now let's not waste any more time. Let's hit the road and let's put this Hungarian beauty to the real test in real world conditions. So guys, now that I've given you an overview of the Keeway 300R, looks absolutely stunning in this red attire. Let's take her out for a ride and push it to the very limits to check out the kind of performance this red hot women in red packs. Okay, all good. Wow. Revs all the way up to 10,000 RPM effortlessly. In a flash. Great control, good braking, 292 mm disc, slipper clutch to watch your back while doing faster downshifts. Let's launch this red missile. Oh, off we go. Awesome. 154 was it, and it pulls it off effortlessly. Man, this is a revelation from Keeway. Both these motorcycles, the naked as well as this faired one, like same powertrain but different genre. This is more like a super sport meets sport tourer kind of a thing. It's not too aggressive, something that you can live with, and it's built really well. Looks smoking hot, undeniably one of the hottest looking motorcycles in our market currently. You know, we have the likes of the RR310, which is scorching hot looks. In the 300cc category, this one is going to give the others a run for their money when it comes to killer looks, especially in this red attire. It looks smoking hot, and I'm sure it's here to stay. Minimalistic approach with the speedo console, not too much of fancy stuff, no need of color TFT consoles and all. It does the job. Fuel gauge, tachometer, speedometer, gear position indicator, everything is in place. I just hope that the tachometer was a little more visible to give your adrenaline pumping once you ring the throttle wide open. It's a refined motor, very responsive motor, well laid out suspension, 37 mm USD forks, and the gold anodized forks looks really stunning. The fit and finish build quality, Keeway have really kept it right up there with the best in the segment. And the seating is nice and comfortable. 12-liter tank for this one. I believe the naked one gets 12.5 liter, but still decent enough for city purpose. Good amount of this thing wind protection from the fairing. Aerodynamics are well sorted out. I hope we had a slightly larger double bubble visor to give it more functionality. This is a kind of a short visor, but still it does the job for you when you tuck behind it. The mirrors are well laid out, they don't vibrate all that much, and you can see that it's very clean, offering good vision of what lies behind you. Slipper clutch kind of watches your back while doing faster downshifts, and feather light clutch feel. The gear shifts are nice and smooth. Really like the way Keeway have packaged both of these motorcycles. The 300 twins are here to stay. Mind you, first impression is very, very impressive. You ride it, you will fall in love. But overall, it's a serious good impression that these motorcycles are making, because we've been riding it through the city all the way to the outskirts, and here putting it to the ultimate test of high-speed stability. This passes it in flying colors, and it's really a firecracker of a proposition. Pricing is around 2.99 lakhs. Get in touch with Keeway Benelli Kukatpalli to get the exact on-road prices. The naked bike is priced at 2.65 lakhs, and single cylinder liquid cooled fuel injected motor, 27.5 PS, 25 Newton meters, 6-speed gearbox, and it's all well sorted to ready to launch itself. sound is amazing. I mean, Benellis have always been good when it comes to sound engineering. One of the best sounding motorcycles, but this one is no different. It really screams and wanting to rev harder and higher. Oh, and the kind of confidence with which it achieves that is amazing. They say like the tires are CST tires, so brand I haven't heard. They say soft compound tires, so they do offer good road grip. They have actually instilled good confidence to push the bike to the limits. 154 is what we managed on this one. Let's see how much the naked bike manages to achieve. But this is the initial impression. Seat is nice and low. You sit into the motorcycle, kind of reminds me of the R3 to a great extent. Relaxed ergonomics, not too aggressive, not too committed, and that's where the versatility comes in. You can use it day to day, you can use it for touring, and you can use I mean absolutely go berserk on the track, because the chassis stability and the chassis orientation is bang on money, and the overall suspension, the swing arm, the monoshock and the chassis really lend this bike superb handling characteristics. So that's pretty much it. I just hope you enjoyed watching this video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Until then, take care, God bless, and ride safe.